Good morning, soldiers. Today we're going to continue with our EOG boot camp. Today is day 2, and today we're going to be reviewing something about percentages to help you on your EOG. So get your bed made, get your shoes shined, get in line. 10 hut and suck in that gut, soldier. It's time to get jiggy with it. Here we go. So today we're going to be continuing in our little study guide here. You can print off the page if you want to, but if you don't have the page printed off, we are going to just allow you to write it on your own notebook paper. So here we go. So today we're going over to the page. It says percentages. You might want to have a calculator ready just in case. All right, so today we're talking about percentages, and if you got your calculator handy, I would encourage you to get your calculator because we're going to do some stuff on the calculator. So the first thing we want to talk about, folks, is the percent proportion. So right here I want you to write percent proportion. All right, so under the percent proportion, I would like you to know that over here we are going to do part over whole equals x over 100. So anytime you're looking for a percentage, soldier, you need to put x over 100 over here, part over whole on that side. Of course, we do the cross multiplication stuff, right? We're going to do our, some of you may call it the butterfly method. You weenies may call it the butterfly method. I like to call it cross products. So, of course, we would do part times 100, we do that, we do whole times x, set up our little equation over here on the side, and continue on. All right, we continue the march from there. So let's go down here. I'm going to change this up a little bit. I'm going to change this to percent error in this column. All right, over here we'll do percent increase and decrease. I think we can probably cover both of those in one column. Okay, so let me hunker down here a little bit closer on these two. All right. So if it's a percent increase or decrease question, that is going to be difference over original equals x over 100. Okay, so difference over original equals x over 100. Similar on percent of error. Okay, percent of error is very, very similar. Instead of difference over original, it's difference over actual equals x over 100. All right. So let's do a little example here just to make sure you know what you're doing. And let's continue on. All right. So we got to do difference over original equals x over 100. So let's say on a question like this, let's say that when you went to the gas pump in the morning, okay, on Monday morning, the gas was $2.39 per gallon. All right, and then when you went back and you went by there on Tuesday morning, it had gone up to $2.54 per gallon. Okay, so you can see from Monday to Tuesday there was an increase in the price. So this is going to be an increase question, all right, percentage of increase question, because it went up from $2.39 to $2.54. All right, so the first thing we got to do is find the difference between those two prices, which means I need to subtract them. All right, so if I do $2.54 minus $2.39, that is actually 15 cents difference. The original price would be the one that happened on Monday, because that happened earlier than Tuesday. So you want to do difference over original, which would be 15 cents over $2.39 equals x over 100. All right, let's find out what that percentage of increase is going to be. So I'm going to do, of course, $2.39 times x. So that gives me $2.39x. And I'm going to do 15 cents times 100. And if I do 0.15 times 100 right here, 0.15 times 100, of course just gives me 15. Hopefully you can see that all right. So now I've got 239x equals 15. There's my little equation I've got written down. All you soldiers following along with me, all right? So now I've got to solve my little equation. All right, so that means we're going to divide by 239 on both sides. 239 divided by 239 cancels out. So now I've got to do 15 divided by $2.39. That means that there's an increase of we'll go to the hundredths place. We'll go 6.28. Since there's a 6 there, we're going to round that up to an 8. So in one day, there was an increase of 6.28%. I'm going to write my word increase right there. All right, so there's that one. Get the difference, 15 cents. Over the original, which was the Monday price, $2.39. Do your little cross products there. Divide each side by $2.39. That is a 6.28%. Or if they rounded it to the tenths place, of course, that would be a 6.3% increase in the price of gas from Monday to Tuesday. All right, let's go over here and talk about a percent of error question. All right, let's say that one day I thought there were going to be 27 aircraft to land on my ship. That's what I thought was going to happen. Okay. But throughout the day, okay, it got a little busier than I thought it was going to be, and 35 aircraft actually landed on my ship. Okay, the USS Reid. All right, so there is a percent of error in what I thought was going to happen versus what actually did happen and actually landed. So I've got to find the difference again. The first thing I'm going to do is find the difference between those two numbers. So 35 minus 27, of course, is 8. The actual number of planes that landed on my ship was 35. So that's 8 over 35 equals x over 100. All right, so again, we're going to use the cross product method. 35 times x is 35x. 8 times 100, of course, is 800. So now I've got my little equation over here, soldier. I need to divide both sides by 35. And, of course, x equals whatever 800 divided by 35 is. Let's see. 800 divided by 35. 8. And now I had an error. Let me get that where I don't have so much. 22.857. So since there's a 7 right there, I'm going to have to round that up to a 6. So 22.86% error. 22.86% error. Make sure you put the percent sign on the end of that. All right? So you can see how those are similar, okay? Difference is the first thing you want to do. For this one, is it's difference over original. For these ones, over here, it's difference divided by actual. Still the same setup, okay? You want to do your cross products, make a little equation, divide it out. Now, over here, there is a shortcut. I'm just going to use one of these as a shortcut. So let's use this one so we can see these on the. So if you want to change it to a decimal, okay, you can do one of two things, okay. You can multiply the decimal by 100, or you can just move it over 2 units to the right. Okay. So let's say again, we've got 8 is my difference. 35 was my actual. Okay, so if you want to, you can just do that. That's a division problem, of course. That would be 8 divided by 35. So 8 divided by 35 gives you that. So you can do one of two things. You can either just move the decimal over 2 units to the right, or you can multiply it by 100, which does the same thing. And you can see it comes up 22.857. Again, since there's a 7 there, we'd round that up to a 6, so it'd be 22.86%. Okay, so it comes out 0.22857, blah blah blah. All right, so you can move the decimal over 2 units to the right, and that, of course, would be 22.86%. So there's your little shortcut. If you don't want to use the proportion method, you can use the decimal method. Either move it over 2 units to the right, or multiply by 100. It works the same either way. Okie dokie. So those are some simple percent items. Now we're going to come down here and do some more examples that are a little more difficult. Okay, some things you might see on your EOG. So let's say we're going to go out to dinner, and let's go to Olive Garden. All right. Let's say we go to Olive Garden, and our bill at Olive Garden is $57.34. Okay, that is our bill at Olive Garden, $57.34. Now we're going to leave a gratuity of 15%, and we're going to do a tax of 7%. and then we are going to find out how much total we're going to pay on our bill at Olive Garden. Okay. All right. So let's go through this and break it down one little step at a time. All right. On the bill, we're going to do a tip. Okay. Gratuity and tip mean the same thing. All right. So I'm going to do 57.34 times 0.15. Now, if I had to do it by hand and I didn't have a calculator, you'd have to change that to the decimal. Okay. The gratuity, that would be 0.15 as a decimal. All right. So since I'm using the calculator here, I'm going to multiply it out here. 57.34 times 0.15. That means gratuity-wise, I'm going to leave my waiter or waitress $8. Now remember, we're doing this in dollars and cents. That's $8.60. Okay. Also, going to have to pay some tax. Okay. So again, I'm going to take my 57.34. And the decimal for 7% is 0.07. All right, 57. Now again, if you had to do that by hand, you just have to multiply all that out by 7, move the decimal over 4 places. All right, so let's do it real quick here. 57.34 times 0.07. Looks like that would be $4, and don't need to round that up, so $4.01 in tax. Again, if you did it by hand, you can see where you need to move the decimal over 4 places. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's $4.01 in tax. All right, so to get the total for the whole thing, I've got to add the bill plus the tip plus the tax. Okay, I'm going to add all those up. That will give me my total. So bill, tip, tax. So I think we can probably do this without a calculator. 4 plus 1, of course, is 5. 3 plus 6 is 9, so that's 95 cents. 7 plus 8 is 15, plus 4 is 19. Carry the 1, so that'd be $69.95 would be my total for my bill at Olive Garden. All right, soldier, that's how that works. So after we get done with Olive Garden, let's say we need to go buy some new let's go buy some new boots. All right, so my boots are worn out. I've got to go to the PX and get me some new boots. And let's say my boots cost $127. Okay. Now let's say in the process of me doing that, I have a coupon for 25% off, and I have to pay a tax of 8.5%. Now, the way I've taught this before is we've had the 4-column system. We had the discount, we had the sale price, we got the tax, and then we came over here and got the total. So we might have to run off the page a little bit on this one. All right, so let's go. 25% off. The decimal for that, of course, is 0.25. So I'm going to do 127 times 0.25. Again, if you had to do it by hand, you just have to do it like that. Multiply everything by 5, multiply everything by 2, then move your decimal over 2 places. Okay, but we'll use the calculator to help us speed things up here. 127 times 0.25. All right, that comes up to be a discount of $31.75. All right, now I'm going to carry this over to the next column over here. That's how much money I'm going to save. Okay, I'm going to save $31.75 off my boots because that's a discount. So I'm going to do 127 minus $31.75. Again, if you had to do it by hand, you'd want to set it up like that. Make sure you had your decimals in line. Add your 2 zeros onto the end of that. Okay, but real fast, we'll do 127 minus $31.75. That would be $95.25. $95.25 is my sale price. Remember, this is in dollars and cents now, dollars and cents. Now, I'm going to pay tax of 8.5% on that. So I'm going to take that over to the next column here, $95.25. To change that to 8.5% to a decimal, I got to back that up too. So the decimal for that would be 0.085. That's 0.085. Got to multiply that by 0.085. All right, so I'm going to put that in my calculator. $95.25 is my sale price times 0.085, and my tax I'm going to have to pay is going to be $8.10 because there's a 6 right there in the thousandths place. I got to round that up to 10, so that's $8.10 tax. All right, soldiers, to finish up today, got to take my sale price, add my tax to get the total over here, so that would be $95.25 plus $8.10. We can probably do that without a calculator. That's 35 cents there. 5 plus 8 is 13. So my boots are going to end up costing me $103.35 total, and that's how that stuff works. Okay. So today, soldiers, we have reviewed all kinds of things here on boot camp day number 2. Don't forget this part over whole equals x over 100. We've got some examples here of how difference, increase and decrease versus error works. We've got our gratuity and tax question. We've got our discount and tax question. Hopefully that'll help you out as you continue to march your way through this EOG review. Get you some more points today. See if you can move up a level. The more points you get, the higher rank you get. So hopefully you're going to move up some here. And if you got any questions, let me know. Until next time, adios. Peace.